The official accounts of 1915 often overlook a brutal, hidden reality. A name etched in collective memory, Gallipoli. Yet its true human cost remains a shadow, often whispered but rarely fully accounted for. Over 50,000 Entente troops, a formidable force, failed to seize key objectives like Achi Baba and Arabernu. The Ottoman response was relentless, a series of counterattacks that began almost immediately, from April 27th at Anzac Cove to major offensives on May 1st, 4th, and critically, May 19th. That single May 19th counterattack alone cost the Ottomans approximately 13,000 casualties against a comparatively smaller 468 wounded and 160 dead Anzac casualties. Later, a June 4th assault on Krithia revealed a grim calculus, an estimated 20,000 Entente casualties per mile, to gain a mere 250 to 500 yards along a 1-mile front. And a final center assault by the remnants of the 52nd Division resulted in roughly 9,000 Ottoman casualties and 600 prisoners, while the Entente sustained about 2,500 casualties. What do these numbers truly reveal about the nature of these forgotten conflicts? As we peel back the layers, other fronts emerge from the peripheral vision of history, fronts where the suffering was equally profound but far less remembered. Consider the Caucasus, where Russian advances were tragically intertwined with violence against Armenians. The Ottoman Third Army, stretched over 600 kilometers with 50,000 troops and 130 artillery pieces, found its critical supply lines crippled by massacres. By July, Russian forces had captured Van and pressed towards the Kopkerman border, unleashing a vast humanitarian crisis that displaced over 200,000 Armenian and Christian refugees. The battles were equally devastating. By early August, near Merjamir Pass, Ottoman losses were catastrophic, with up to 10,000 casualties and 6,000 prisoners, ultimately establishing a new, brutal front from Merjamir Pass to Bernubulag. Even more chilling details emerge from Central Arabia. On January 24th, Ibn Saud suffered a defeat with 600 casualties, his advisor killed. This was followed by a 6-month siege near Jabal Kanzan, where a brutal reality lies buried. 350 casualties were inflicted on Ajman women and children, while the attacking force endured an astonishing 2,400 casualties. Meanwhile, in South Arabia, Ottoman forces from Taiz advanced on Aden's hinterlands by early June. The British withdrew to Kar by July 5th, after the death of Sultan Ali bin Ahmed al-Abdali, allowing Ottomans to occupy Lahej and Sheikh Othman. Yet, a surprise attack on Sheikh Othman on July 20th routed the Ottomans, inflicting about 60 casualties and capturing hundreds. Each incident, a stark reminder of the widespread devastation. Further west, in Mesopotamia, the Indian Expeditionary Force moved swiftly, but not without cost. On June 3rd, Amara was seized after Abu Aran was bombarded, yielding 11 demoralized Ottoman officers and 250 men as prisoners. The advance pressed on to Nasiriyah, which was secured by July 24th, inflicting nearly 2,000 Ottoman casualties and capturing 950 prisoners, despite the Entente sustaining 533 casualties of their own. Across Persia, a British Indian force of 500 cavalry and infantry occupied Bushehr on August 8th, then launched an attack on Delvar on August 10th. This action, facing roughly 600 Tangistani forces, cost the British Indian contingent 15 dead and 38 wounded by August 15th, a persistent bleed of lives even in seemingly minor engagements. History often sanitizes the true cost of conflict, burying the brutal realities beneath grand narratives. But the cumulative evidence from these forgotten fronts paints a far grimmer picture than official accounts often suggest. From untold suffering and mass displacement to staggering, often overlooked casualties, these are the hidden figures of 1915. The question isn't whether this happened. The question is why no one said it sooner.